They say the river in Dele village doesn't just take, it chooses. Some claim it whispers the name of those it wants in the dead of the night. Others swear that if you stand on the bank for too long, you will hear the sound of someone calling you in the voice of someone you love. But what if the voice belongs to your child? Tonight, I will tell you the story of Adeze, a mother whose love was so strong it almost pulled her into the mouth of the river itself. Before we begin, be warned some rivers flow with water, others flows with hunger. The village of Ndele was built on the edge of Ebele River, a wide dark current that coursed through the land like a wind. It was said to be older than the village itself, older than any story, older than the gods people prayed to. Adeze lived in a small clay house, not far from the water. She was known for two things: her laughter, which could make even the saddest soul smile, and her daughter, Ifunaya, a bright-eyed girl of 8, who never feared the river like other children. Ebele River had rules. You never went near it at night. You never spoke of its name after dark. And if you ever heard your name coming from the water, you run. But rules are only as strong as the people willing to keep it. It was the night of the Yam Festival, and the whole village was alive with music and firelight. Adeze was helping her mother roast plantains when she noticed Ifunanya wasn't beside her. Adeze, someone called. She turned, but no one was there. The voice was soft, familiar. Then she heard it again, drifting from the direction of the river. Mama, her heart stopped. That was Ifunaya's voice. Adeze ran towards the river bank, the music fading behind her. The moonlight shimmered on the water, and there, light, right in the middle of the current, stood Ifunaya barefoot, smiling. Come, Mama, she said. But there was something wrong with her smile. It didn't reach her eyes. Adeze stepped into the water without thinking, her skirt flowing around her knees. The river felt warm, almost like it was welcoming her. She reached out, but in a blink, the image of her daughter dissolved into the ripples. A hand, cold and strong, wrapped around her ankle and yanked. She screamed, splashing backwards until she fell into the shallow mud. When she scrambled up, the river was calm, too calm. That night, Adeze barely slept, and just before dawn, she heard it again, her daughter's voice, soft and firm, away calling her name. The next morning, she went to see Mama Ochi, the oldest woman in the village. Mama Ochi's back was bent like old tree, and her eyes were cloudy, but her voice steady. The river has taken interest in you, Mama Ochi said, grinding herbs. It will not stop until you get what it wants. What does it want? Adeze asked. Mama Ochi lips tightened. It wants the living, it wants love. The deeper the love, the sweeter the taste. Adeze's blood ran cold. But before we continue this chilling tale, do me a quick favor if you are new here. Hit the subscribe button to join our growing family of story lovers. Now let's return to the river. 2 days later, Ifunanya was gone. Adeze searched everywhere, the fields, the festival grounds, the marketplace. Finally, she ran to the river bank, and there it was, a small colorful beaded bracelet floating gently on the water. The one Adeze had tied on her daughter's wrist just that morning. She waded in, calling her name over and over. That was when she saw it. A pale figure just under the surface, drifting like it was asleep. It wasn't her daughter. Its hair was too long, too black, and its eyes were opened, glowing faintly in the water. The figure's lips moved, and Adeze heard Ifunaya's voice again. Mama, I'm here. Mama Ochi told her that there was one way to bring her daughters back, but it came with a price. She would have to give the river something in return, something it would value more than the child. What could be more valuable? Adeze asked. Mama Ochi's face was grave. You. That night, Adeze went to the river with a single lantern. She stood barefoot on the bank, clutching her daughter's bracelet. Ifunanya, she called. The water stirred. A shadow rose from the depth, tall and shapeless, its surface glistening like oil. You love her, it whispered, the voice deep and smooth. Give me yourself and I will let you go. Adeze's hand trembled. She thought of her daughter laughter, her small hands. She stepped forward. The water reached for her, but before it could close, a small warm hand grabbed her from behind. Mama, no! It was Ifunanya, shrieking and crying, standing barefoot on the shore. The shadow eased, sinking back into the black water. The bracelet was still in Adeze's hand. They say Adeze never spoke of that night again. She moved far from the river, but sometimes, when the wind is right, she swears she can still hear the water whispering her name. Tell me, if the river called your name with the voice of someone you love the most, would you be strong enough to resist?